The forest stretched as far as the eye could see. A canopy of emerald and gold shimmered under the watchful gaze of the sun. Ancient trees stood tall, their roots intertwined with the very fabric of the world. This was no ordinary forest. It was a nexus, a place where the veil between our world and the spirit realm thinned. Here the air hummed with unseen energy. Whispers danced on the wind. This was the domain of the first people and the Fae. For generations beyond memory, the first people had walked these woods. They lived in harmony with the land, their lives entwined with the rhythms of nature. They understood the language of the trees and the secrets whispered by the wind. They were not alone. Sharing this sacred space were the Fae, creatures of magic and moonlight. They were as diverse as the forest itself, from mischievous sprites to wise, ancient beings. The first people and the Fae were bound by an ancient pact, a promise whispered on the breath of creation. They were the guardians of this sacred place, sworn to protect it from any threat. Their bond was forged in mutual respect and understanding. They knew that the fate of their world rested on their unity. Deep within the heart of the forest lay a village. It was a place of peace and tranquility, built in harmony with the surrounding woods.
My heart is filled with the spirit of the forest. Quick of wit and nimble as a deer, my laughter echoes through the trees. I am a skilled hunter, taught to respect the balance of life and death.
Elder Toma, the village leader, was a man of quiet wisdom. His eyes, as deep and ancient as the forest itself, held the stories of countless seasons.
I can read the language of the stars and hear the whispers of the ancestors in the rustling leaves. I am a beacon of guidance for my people, my heart filled with love for the forest and its guardians.
Whisper was a creature of the Fae, a being of pure moonlight and shadow.
My movements are with an ethereal grace, my voice a soft murmur on the wind. Elder Toma is my closest confidant, our bond a testament to the enduring alliance between our peoples. I am a protector, a silent guardian who watches over the forest with unwavering vigilance.
Together, Naya, Elder Toma, and Whisper embodied the spirit of the ancient pact, their lives intertwined with the fate of their world. One crisp morning, as the sun painted the sky with hues of rose and gold, a shadow fell upon the forest. A sense of unease settled over the land, carried on the wind from the distant western mountains. The air, once alive with the music of birdsong, grew heavy with a palpable dread. The animals, usually so trusting, vanished into the undergrowth, their instincts screaming of danger.
While hunting, I felt a shiver crawl down my spine. The forest, usually so welcoming, suddenly felt cold and alien. The trees seemed to whisper warnings, their leaves rustling with an uncharacteristic urgency. Even the sunlight seemed to dim, as if the forest itself was holding its breath.
Returning to the village, Naya found Elder Toma and Whisper deep in conversation. Their faces were etched with concern, their eyes reflecting the growing darkness that threatened to engulf their world.
News has arrived from the west. Tales of machines monstrous and cold, devouring the land with insatiable hunger. These are the harbingers of a new enemy, one that threatens to consume everything in its path.
As the sun began its descent, casting long shadows across the forest floor, the first people gathered. They came from every corner of the woods, drawn together by the impending threat. The air crackled with anticipation as Elder Toma, his face etched with grim determination, addressed the assembled crowd.
The time has come for us to honor the ancient pact. The darkness approaches, but we shall not face it alone.
As if summoned by his words, a procession of Fae emerged from the depths of the forest. They moved with an ethereal grace, their forms shifting and shimmering under the fading light. Leading them was Whisper, his eyes burning with an otherworldly light.
The council fire is lit, its flames reaching towards the sky as if in defiance of the encroaching darkness.
Around it, the leaders of the First People and the Fae gathered, their faces illuminated by the flickering firelight. They spoke of the threat to their world, their voices a blend of ancient languages and whispered magic. Plans were made, strategies debated, and a solemn vow was taken. To stand united against the darkness, to protect their sacred forest no matter the cost.